Now, he's Hungary's Trump. He thought he was invincible. But apparently he's not. Hungary's strongman Viktor Orban, who has been in power for nearly a decade in the Central European nation, is facing demonstrations at home, barely a week after winning a third term. What's the reason now? Hungarians believe he has rigged the elections, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. Now, the OSCE has also sharply criticized the election as being marked by intimidating and rhetoric, media bias and opaque campaign financing.
Budapest this Saturday. 100,000 Hungarians or so have marched on Budapest for a rally, chanting, protesting, demonstrating their disapproval of this man. Only last week, Hungarians had taken to the polls, with Orban set to win due to his hardline right-wing stance against migrants. A campaign promise which sold out quite well in the rural areas, but obviously not in Budapest. Orban's resounding win, which handed him a third consecutive term, has been disputed by civil society groups and opposition parties. They say Orban does not represent the majority of Hungarians. The crowd marched through the centre of the Hungarian capital to parliament. Their motto against what they believe was a rigged election: "We are the majority." Urban Hungarians, the more liberal but also the youngest, say they want to live in a state where checks and balances are present and in a real democracy. The crowd is also hitting at the opposition, which in their view is too divided. With 99% of votes counted, Fidesz, the ruling party, won around 50% of the vote, far ahead of the nationalist Jobbik party, which won only 19% of the votes, and the socialist-led centre-left alliance, which bagged a mere 12%. The opposition has been feeble indeed, but it has pointed out alleged irregularities at some polling stations during the voting, as well as an IT system outage at the National Elections Office. In view of these mishaps, some opposition parties have demanded a recount. The OSCE, Europe's watchdog, in its report after the Hungarian election, noted a pervasive overlap of state and ruling party resources, a view echoed by Orban's critics, who claim he has curbed judicial independence, muzzled the press and rigged the electoral system. But since Orban looks to have retained his two-thirds majority in parliament, giving him a legislative free rein, his majority leaves him the power again to change the constitution, something he already toyed with in 2013 as he literally embedded his party, Fidesz, in Hungary's public institutions. And with the ongoing protests, a rather lackluster opposition, and even no fear of Big Brother EU, things aren't likely to change in Viktor Orban's Hungary. Arabella Sibelak, WION.